Okay, in this video we're going to look at how to do a volume calculation from some of our survey points. This particular is going to be a volume survey of a detention basin. I'm going to show you a couple of things, and you can decide how you want to prepare the data for that. Think of it in two things. If you're going to do a volume calculation, you have to make two surfaces and then subtract the two, or one surface and then one elevation. But we'll look at that. I'm going to go into CAD. And here I have a detention basin that I went and surveyed, and I connected the lines as I stored the points. So we got a top of the basin and we have a bottom of the basin, and with survey points. So now we need to create the two surfaces to do the volume calculations. Go hit the back button. Then I'm going to go to data, right there, surface. I'm going to hit new, and now I'm going to name it something. I'm going to call this top of basin. There we go. And there's a couple different ways to make the surface. In the next one, it says points. You can add it by selecting points in your survey. That's helpful when you have points that aren't connected to a line, like a natural ground or a top or a toe that you want to grab. In this instance, if you were to do that, hit the arrow, and then you could say select from list, select from map, or from range of points. This way you could do select from map, and now you can go through and select your points. You change it to select, and you can go through and select points. But I'm going to do it by using break lines. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to choose break lines. I'm going to hit select, and now I hit OK. Now it's going to generate a surface with 0 boundaries. You can add a boundary if you want. So if it doesn't want to go outside of an area or inside of an area, wireframe is fine. You can change wireframe to shade. You can change color if you want to add another layer. You can add a separate layer so you can turn those on or off later, which is handy. But for this, we're going to do it with that, and I'm hit OK. You're not choosing any points to build a surface. There we go. So we got to use points. We're going to use it from the map. So I'm going to go through and select all my points for the top, as well as the break line. Okay. There we go. Okay. Got them all. Hit OK. Hit OK. Now it's generated a surface based on those points. You can go in there and edit it. All these tools on the left-hand side could edit the triangles, add or subtract. But for now, we're good. We're going to hit OK. So now we're going to make the other surface. I'm going to say new. We'll just call this EXG for existing ground. Kind of like we're making the shape on the bottom. As we just learned, let's do it by points. So we're going to add, select from a map. We're actually going to use all of them. So I can use this instance. I can select all of them. Now hit OK. 0 break lines. We can add that one break line in the bottom if we want. Select. Changing that to select. OK. 0 boundaries. Same thing. And there we go. There's our surface. And OK. Now that we have both surfaces, we can go into volume calculation, or hidden there, or if you don't see it, I can change it to the other interface style. I have it on simple style. That's just how I like things. You can find your volume calculations there. I prefer it in simple style. That's just me. Volume calculation. I'm going to say new. In this instance, I'm going to call this I'm going to call it VS, so versus 1. Swell compactor, your swelling or compaction factor, just leave that as 1, unless you really got some material that's going to float or combine together. See, this method is how we can change it. We can do it by a reference elevation. So say like you had an elevation in one surface, you can figure the volume of that. You don't necessarily have to have 2 for that. Reference point, like if you want to select a point. Reference level, but where in this instance, I'm going to go with surface difference. So the original surface, I'm going to call that EXG, and the final surface, I'm going to call that top. Select the top, and then to calculate. Okay, now when we scroll down, we have our cut or fill volumes. Cut, fill, the acreage. And now we can say export report if we want to. I'm going to say Mason volume, export as a PDF. You can change that. What I'm going to do, I always make sure I turn on share. And that way when I export it, we can do it by email, Gmail, or however you want to do it. I'm going to do it to my Dropbox account. And then I'm going to say upload here. You can copy the link. I can go back. There's our service. And then you can export the PDF. So it's great.